friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. I have a fun video for you guys today. This is going to be kind of a mix between a double bag unboxing, a luxury haul, a vlog, a story time. I recently went to New York City for a friend's wedding, and when I was there, I did a little bit of shopping. I also sold a bag at Fashionphile. I went to the Real, and so I wanted to show you guys what I got, tell you about my experience, show you some eye candy, a little bit of a vlog that I took as well, and yeah, just have some fun and maybe give you guys some tips on shopping at these retailers if you're going to New York or any of their other locations around the US. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you like it and leave me a comment down below letting me know all of your thoughts. And if you are new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Sophia and I am a complete luxury addict. I upload new videos every single week on luxury fashion, beauty, and lifestyle. So if that is your jam, hit that subscribe button to join our fam. And without further ado, let me show you guys what I picked up. Like I said, this is gonna be chill. It's gonna be a little bit of like a story time. I have two bags, and then I wanna show you guys, first off, just to kind of get it out of the way, the jewelry that I picked up. A lot of you guys have been commenting on these hoops that I recently bought from one of my favorite jewelry companies, APM Monaco. This is absolutely not sponsored, but I do shop from them a lot. I think my favorite casual, more affordable jewelry brands are APM Monaco, Love My Jewelry, and Mejuri. Those are probably the three that you see me wear the most. There's some pretty big hoops. They're a little bit big, but I kind of like them. I don't have any hoops this big. They are silver, and hopefully you guys can see this. I'm gonna link them down below. They have all of these adorable little crystal hearts surrounding the entire hoop all the way around. They're wearable, but they're not completely subtle because they are big, but they've got that cute little heart detail. I mean, you guys already know, I love kind of like that cutesy Y2K. I'm really into like the Barbie fashion lately, and so these have definitely been my style. Several of you guys have asked me where I got them from because I wore them in at least one or two videos recently. So these are from APM Monaco. I bought them in the boutique that they have in Soho. They also have one here in Boston, and I know they have one in Miami. They have a couple around the US. You can buy them online, but if you do have a boutique near you, shopping in the boutique is super duper fun. So this is the first thing that I picked up. And then the other thing that I picked up is another pair of hoops. The hoops are just so easy to pop on and off if I'm like in a rush or getting ready to film. These are the other ones that I picked up, which you guys have also been asking me about. These are gold vermeil, so they're silver with gold coated on top. And then similarly, these also have a little crystal detail, but it's like little stripes all around. And if you follow me here, if you've been watching my haul videos, then you might be thinking, those look really, really familiar. And that's because I actually bought these last year, but sadly, a couple of weeks ago, maybe about a month ago, I lost one of them. I think it's when I was getting changed at my office to go to the gym after work. I must have lost it somewhere, and I waited a couple weeks to see if it would turn up, and it didn't. And I like them so much that I went and repurchased them. So I took the opportunity to pick these up again. Thankfully, they still have them because APM Monaco comes out with new collections every month, and sometimes they like slowly discontinue things. So I was happy that they still had them. So now I have 3 of those earrings. Maybe I should get another piercing and wear 2 on one ear. So those are the first things that I picked up. Now I'm gonna tell you guys about my experience at Fashionphile and the Real. I'm gonna show you guys the 2 bags that I got and show you some eye candy in my vlog clips. So for those of you who are not familiar, Fashionphile and the Real, they are luxury resale sites. If you've ever heard me say pre-loved or pre-loved luxury, it basically just means buying luxury goods that are used, to be quite frank. They're not new from the boutique, and people like me go and shop for them on the website, and I end up usually paying, in most cases, a lot less than what I would pay for at the boutique. And what is really cool is that both of these companies, which are primarily based in the US, if you're interested in hearing, by the way, about more luxury pre-loved websites that I like to shop from, I have a whole guide. I already did that video. I'll link it down below. If you're looking to buy something pre-loved, that video has like so many tips and pros and cons of every single site. But anyway, these sites, they do have in-person retail locations where you can go, you can shop for things just like you are in a luxury boutique. You can touch and feel them, you can inspect the items. And sometimes there's a little bit of a learning curve when it comes to buying pre-loved goods, which is why I like to make a lot of videos about them. So not only am I going to show you what I picked up, but I'm also going to tell you a little bit about my experience and the other things I was looking at and trying on. Now with Fashionphile, they have a location in Carlsbad, California, and then this one in New York City. That's the one that I went to first. And in fact, I do have a shopping vlog at the Carlsbad location. I was in San Diego for 2 months and I went shopping there for my birthday. So if you guys want to see what I got for my birthday and the bags that I tried on or clips of that location, I can link that video down below. Now, the reason that I was specifically going to Fashionphile is because I wanted to, number one, sell a bag. I've been selling quite a few of my bags lately. I filmed a video, handbags I'm selling and why. I still have a couple of bags available if you guys are interested, but I've been selling a bunch of bags to make room for new ones on my wish list. So I basically sold a bag to buy a bag. And what's interesting about the showroom that they have in New York City is that if you're just walking on the street, you wouldn't notice that it is actually there. You kind of have to make an appointment, know where it is, check in. It's very secure. In fact, when you're first entering, there's this big long hallway and you get a sneak peek into the handbag vault. Oh my goodness, friends. It's basically like a giant warehouse, like a giant storage room filled with handbags organized by color. I'll show you guys a clip so you can see what I'm talking about. Oh my goodness, like so many handbags. Really gets you in the mood to shop. The showroom that they have in New York City, it's really beautiful and spacious. There's like Birkins and Chanel bags everywhere. It's really cool. Everything that you see on display is for sale. It's very like New York. There's a really nice view. It feels very fancy. It's a really cool showroom. And the way that it works is that you call them up, you make an appointment, you show up, and then during your appointment, you just tell them the different items that you're interested in taking a look at. You can only look at 3 items at once, and then you are free to just kind of try them on, look in the mirror, you can touch them, you can feel them. So it's kind of like in a boutique when people, you know, bring you something and you're able to try it on and see if you like it. I was impressed with the selection at the New York City site. I would say the biggest difference, to be quite frank, is just like the ambiance and the culture and the service. At the Carlsbad location, everyone is like so friendly and attentive. Everybody that walks past asks if you're doing okay, if you want water. Like you feel like a VIP in a luxury store. They're checking out, you know, what you picked out. You also get to look at 10 items at once in the Carlsbad store as opposed to just 3 at once in the NYC one. You can like swap them out and you can look at more than 3 items, but you can only have 3 with you at one time. And in the New York store, I mean, I don't want to say that I don't want to say that the service was bad. It's just that in general, the ambiance was like very cold, not super friendly, very transactional, like, here you go. No one's really interested in what you're doing. They really don't care about what you're looking at. Like, they're just kind of there to do their job. They're not there to like chat with you. At least when I was there, I didn't think that people were like rude or anything. It was just very much a different culture, very much like more cold, kind of straight and to the point in comparison to the Carlsbad one. So that was kind of my general experience. Let me show you guys what I picked up and I'll tell you a little bit more about the other things that I was looking at. All right, so here's the item. It came in a Fashionphile dust bag. It didn't come in a branded dust bag because this is a vintage item. And if you watched my last Fashionphile vlog, I don't think you're gonna be super surprised by the style of item that I picked or the collection that it's from. And what I picked up is the Louis Vuitton multicolor Loge. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I think this is pronounced the Loge PM. Now, this is a vintage style. If you're not familiar, these were super popular in like the early 2000s. This is a part of that famous Murakami multicolor collection. And this particular bag, it's kind of like a medium-sized bag. We got these fun little utility pockets here. We have the little luggage tag right here. It is a shoulder bag. I'll be showing you guys mod shots of everything that I tried on, and I think it's in fantastic condition. I just really liked how this one, compared to the other ones, which I'll show you in a second, it's a good medium size. It fits my sunglasses. It fits, you know, my full-size wallet, my phone, like a battery charger. This is going to be a summer bag for me. You'll see it still has a tag on it because I've been waiting to film this video. And I also like the fact that I haven't really seen this style all that much. I don't know. I think it does kind of stand the test of time. It does remind me of that era, which when I was younger, I just totally wanted one of these bags, but I was like basically a child and I couldn't afford luxury goods. So this is me like reliving that desire to have the multicolor, and you can't get it anymore. So you can really only get these at vintage shops or pre-loved luxury resale sites like Fashionphile, The Real. And I will say that for whatever reason, Fashionphile has a really good selection of multicolor items. They seem to always be getting them in stock. And one of the main reasons that I wanted to check out the multicolor bags in person is not only because it's been high up on my wish list for a couple of years, but mostly because when you're shopping for vintage items like this, it really does help to be able to see them in person, because I can't go to the boutique and try this on. And also because you know it's not coming in like new condition, and it's especially good to kind of inspect the bags in person if it's going to be a vintage item. They're going to have more wear, and you kind of have to make a decision whether or not it's worth it to you. The three things that you want to pay attention to when shopping for Louis Vuitton vintage items like this are: number one, what's the condition of the vachetta leather? The vachetta leather is this type of leather essentially that you see on the trimmings of all of the canvas bags. This is going to patina and darken over time, but it's also very much prone to water stains. You can see right here, if you look closely, there's like a little water stain right here. It's helpful to see it in person and see, okay, like, does that stand out, or does it just look like a vintage bag? Because that's natural. That's a natural part of the leather aging. The second thing you want to pay attention to is any kind of fading to the canvas. A lot of times what you will see is like, you might see either the color starting to change, or you might see, I mean, I don't have any of it on here, maybe like right there in the corner, you can kind of see the color chipping away. And with the bags that come in this print with the white background, those are harder to find in good condition because the white does start to yellow over time. I find that it's just harder to find them in good quality because you get more discoloration. So that's also one of the reasons why I went with the black color. And then finally, the last thing you want to pay attention to is odor. If somebody didn't store it well, it might smell musty. If somebody was like a smoker, it might smell a little bit smoky. And so up to you, you know, whether or not that bothers you, but it's kind of good to like see it in person and like see like, oh, like, does it smell weird? Does it just kind of smell like leather, you know, like a vintage leather bag? So anyway, friends, I am absolutely thrilled with this. Comment down below and let me know what you think. I'll show you real quick the other bags that I tried on that I decided not to get, at least for the time being. The first one is this really cute crossbody bag. I believe this is pronounced the Celine bag. Pardon me guys if I'm butchering this. I did try and look it up ahead of time. I really liked this one. I thought it was cute, but the crossbody was very long on me, and I was just kind of feeling like more of a shoulder bag, which really fits in with just like the bags of this era. I also tried on the classic pochette accessoire in both the black and the white. I really liked these. I was highly debating getting one of these, but I decided at the end of the day that I wanted something that was a little bit roomier. Like I said, you know, I can fit my wallet and my sunglasses, and you just can't fit that in those bags. And then the last style that I tried on, once again in the black and the white, is the Trouville, and I really liked this. I don't know why. For some reason, I thought it was gonna be really big, which is why it's nice to try it on in person, because I actually quite like this. This gave me total like Paris Hilton, Lindsay Lohan type of vibes. I really liked the white one, I think the best in this style. And so I think this is gonna go on my wish list. I was kind of hoping that the white one they had was in slightly better condition. Again, I thought they all looked really good, but I wanted it to be in a little bit better condition. So maybe next summer, maybe I'll pick that one up next summer. But those were the other styles that I picked out. Let me know, out of all those, which would be the one that you picked out. Do you own any of these? Maybe you own one from way back when, like when they actually were released and it's now become vintage. But this is me reliving my little like childhood dreams. So this is the first thing that I picked up. The final thing that I want to say about Fashionphile is just like the selling experience. You can go into these stores with any of your luxury goods and, well, you need to make an appointment, but in the appointment, they will take your items, they'll price them out for you right then and there, and you can cash out right there in the store. Normally, you do it online, like you send photos and they give you a quote, you decide whether or not to send it in, but it's really nice and quick when you do it in store. Now, another really cool thing, and this is what I did, is that if you sell your item to Fashionphile and you get paid out in store credit, you get 10% more on your quote. So I essentially sold a bag, which we'll talk a little bit about in a second. I sold a bag and then I bought this bag and it was like barely any difference. So I basically just did a trade for something that I wanted to sell for something that was on my wish list. Before I tell you what bag I sold and why, I'm gonna tell you about my experience at the RealReal, and trust me, it's gonna make sense, and I'll show you what I bought from the RealReal. So with the RealReal, I want to let you guys know, in case you're going to New York City, or they actually have boutiques in a lot of other cities. I know they have one in Dallas. They have several in New York. They have a bunch in different metro areas around the US. Their model is very different from Fashionphile. You don't have to make an appointment unless you actually want to sell an item. If you want to shop, it's just like going into any boutique. Like if you're just walking down Madison Avenue, if you're in Soho, you see it on the street, maybe you have to wait in line if there's a lot of people there. But other than that, you go in, they've got racks of clothes, they have shoes, they have bags. It's just like any other boutique. They're gonna have some things in the back that are not on display, but it's kind of a completely different model as opposed to Fashionphile. Now, I went to the Madison Avenue store specifically to buy the item that I picked up. I looked up this item online. I saw that it was at Madison Avenue. And because you cannot return things with the RealReal, with Fashionphile you can. All bags are final sale on the RealReal. I was like, you know what? I'm going to New York City anyway. Let me just go see this bag in person. And so that's what I did. By the way, the Soho store, way, way better than the Madison Avenue store. I didn't even get to vlog in there because it was very small and there were a lot of people and I was trying to be respectful. So I have a lot more vlog footage of Fashionphile. If you're gonna go to the RealReal in New York City, highly recommend the Soho one because it's just so much bigger. There's lots of clothes, there's lots of options there. The Madison Avenue one is like kind of small. So anyway, let me show you guys what I got and then I'll kind of explain why I picked this up, what I sold, etc. So at the Madison Avenue store, I picked up another Celine box bag. So like I recently mentioned in this video, I did sell a couple of bags to pick up some things that are on my wish list. So I decided to pick this particular bag up. If you're not familiar, this is like the original classic box bag from Celine. I'm not quite sure if these are being discontinued because they have the new Triomphe style, which is also really cute, but I really like the classic Phoebe Philo version. This is in the medium size, this is in the white lizard, and some of you might be thinking, Sophia, you already have this bag, and that is true. That is true. This past holiday for Christmas, I did buy myself this bag. Now that bag was in a much more vintage condition. I got it for a really, really good price on Fashionphile. And since having that bag, I kind of kept thinking, you know, I like this bag so much, I kind of would like to upgrade it to one that is in a little bit better condition. I started having some issues with some of the hardware on the strap. Also, I'll show you guys some clips here of what that bag looked like. You guys will notice it is a lot more yellower than this because over time, these do develop just like the Louis Vuitton bags. They kind of develop more color with age, a little bit more patina, which is completely natural. But I kind of wanted it to be a little bit lighter and brighter. As I used the bag, I kept thinking like, kind of wish it was like a little bit less patinaed. Also, that bag had more wear here on the hardware, like the gold color was wearing off. It was a very well-loved bag and I loved it as well, but I was using it so much I decided I kind of just want to upgrade it to one that's in better condition. So that is the bag that I sold at Fashionphile. Fashionphile has a really good program where whenever you buy a bag, you can sell it back to them for not the same price, but like a decent price within 6 months. So I just decided to sell it back to them because that would be the easiest thing for me to do. I bought the other bag, sold some other bags, and then I bought this one. So I love this baby, and I actually got it for a really good price, and I'll tell you why. Well, first off, it was already at a good price, and then it went, I think, 20% off. And the reason is the photos on the site were not good. I'll show you guys right here what the photo of this bag looked like. It looked defective because they didn't close the bag to take the photo. It looked like the flap on the bag was crooked, and I was like, is that just the photo? Because it doesn't say that in the product description. And then it went 20% off, and I was like, should I get this? And then I knew I was going to New York, so I actually called up the store, spoke to the store associate, and I said, would you mind checking on this bag in your inventory? Like, is it crooked? Is there anything wrong with it? And he was like, no, it's totally fine. It's a beautiful bag. Oh, wow, it's in great condition, blah, 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 blah. So that's why I went to go look at it in person and decided to get it. I got it for obviously more than the last one, but still I probably got it for like 40% of what it costs to get it in the boutique. I don't regret buying the first one because I think it was a more affordable way to try out the style and this style of leather as well. So, you know, sometimes you buy things and you want to upgrade them or they just don't work out. And so I sell it, someone else can enjoy it, and then I can, you know, use that money and put it towards something else. So that's all I got for you today, friends. I just wanted to show you what I picked up, my experience. Hopefully it was a little bit helpful as well if you guys are interested in buying luxury pre-loved. I've been talking a lot about this on my channel because I love buying pre-loved luxury goods, but like I said, there is a little bit of a learning curve sometimes and it can be very daunting. So I try and share as much about my experience as possible. So hopefully it will help you and hopefully you can save a little bit of money. If you like this video, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of the items that I got. Subscribe if you haven't already. And with that, friends, I hope that you see some beauty in your day and I will see you in my next one. Goodbye.